Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I am recording my new video related to the DHCP server configuration. The scenario is I will explain you a little bit about the lab exercise, how we are going to execute it. So the thing is I'm using Microsoft Windows Server and Core Switch as a DHCP server. So I didn't mean to make it complex, but I just want to combine both option together, that how we can use Microsoft Windows Server as DHCP, and beside this how we can use Core Switch together as a DHCP. So what I have done in my exercise is that the VLANs which is showing in the brown color, which is Server Vlan, Corporate Vlan, printers, the teachers and the students. So these DHCP pools are defined on the DHCP Microsoft Windows Server. I will show you here. And the purple VLAN, which is video surveillance VLAN or voice VLAN and guest VLAN, and also the guest pools, the DHCP pools, is defined on the core switch. So the brown color VLANs and users, they will receive a IP address from the Microsoft DHCP server, and the purple beneficiaries, the purple color like VLAN 104 and 105 and 108, they will receive a DHCP IP address from the core switch. Okay guys, so let me show you the task 1. In the task 1, as you can see, the DHCP pool for VLAN 101, 2, 3, 6 and 7, as per my exercise 1, 2, 3, 6 and 7, I have to configure this DHCP pool on the Microsoft Windows Server. So I will show you. I already defined the VLAN 102, 103, 6 and 7 as per my PPT. As you can see, 2, 3, 6 and 7. 2, 3, 6 and 7 is already defined, but I didn't define the DHCP pool for VLAN 101. So if people don't know how to define the DHCP pool on Microsoft Windows Server, so they can follow the steps to create the DHCP pool. So I already installed the DHCP services on Microsoft Windows Server. So what you have to do, you have to right click on the IPv4 new scope, and I will click next, and the pool name is pool hyphen VLAN 101. This is for VLAN 101 for servers related. So next, the starting IP address is 101.1.1.1, 101.1.1.254 is the ending IP address, and I'm using 255.255/24 as a subnet mask. So next, the starting IP address for the exclusion, so 101.1.251 till 101.1.1.254. So I don't want these 4 IP addresses to be allocated to any of the DHCP beneficiaries for the VLAN 101. So I already excluded the 4 IP address. Next, the lease and duration time and all. So next, configure option, yes. Next, default router. So default router is 101.1.1.254 is my default router. Next, 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 and next, and finish. So as you can see, the VLAN DHCP pool for VLAN 101 is configured, and same for VLAN 102, 103, 106 and 107. These are the DHCP pool which is defined on the Microsoft Windows Server. Okay guys, so as per the PPT, if I show you here, my VLANs 101, 102, 3, 6 and 7, 101, 102, 103, 6 and 7 are defined on DHCP server, which is Microsoft Windows machine, as you can see. And my server IP address is 101.1.64, and my default router for default gateway is 101.1.254. Okay guys, so as per PPT, my server is having 101.1.64 IP address. Okay, so let's proceed to the configuration of the switch side. So the default login VLAN 1 IP address to access the D-Link switch is 10.90.90.90, and the username is admin, password is admin. I log into the switch, and in my exercise I'm using DGS 3630. It can be any switch, 3130 or 1510, up to your requirement. So first of all, what I have to do, as per my PPT, this pools, the task 1 is completed. Now I'm going to execute the task 2. So I will create the VLANs on the switch. So VLAN, I have to click on L2 features. Under the L2 features, VLANs, and then I have to click on 802.1q. So as you can see that the default VID is VLAN 1, and the from Ethernet 1/0/1 till 1/0/28, these ports are part of the VLAN 1, the default VLAN. So the VLAN, I have to define the VLAN like 101 till 108. As per my exercise, I have total from VLAN 101 till 108. So what I have to do, I have to click on apply. As you can see, all 8 VLANs are created in one step. Now as you can see, this is the VLAN 150, which is I am using as a management VLAN. So what is this management VLAN is? Most of the exercises in network environment, people, they don't want to use the VLAN 1 as a management VLAN, and some of them they want to use another VLAN. So if you want to use the VLAN 1 as a management VLAN, then you don't have to define the VLAN 150. So if you want to use another VLAN except VLAN 1, then you have to define the separate VLAN for the management. So I will explain you what is the difference between the VLAN 1 and VLAN 150 configuration. So where it necessary, I will point you there. So I am creating VLAN 150 for the demo purpose as a management VLAN. So I will click here, VLAN 150. I will click apply. Success. As you can see, I have total VLANs are VLAN 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and VLAN 150 as my management VLAN. Okay. Now I have to click on the VLAN interface. Okay, and then I have to configure the desired interfaces. Okay, for that. So what I am going to do, I am going to allocate the interface as per my PPT. The 1/0/2 is a part of VLAN 102. So let me show you how you can do that. Under the VLAN interface configuration, on the same L2 features and VLAN interface, you have to click on this Ethernet 1/0/2, and you have to choose the VLAN mode as access, and this is part of, according to PPT, VLAN 102. So I will type 102 and I will click apply. As you can see, this this port Ethernet 1/02 is a corporate LAN user. It's a part of VLAN 102. Now the third part is which is allocating interface. Okay, so what I will do, I will allocate the interface for the server a bit later on. So I will apply the SVI configuration for all the VLANs. So in my case, I'm using 150.1/24 subnet, and I'm using /.254 as a SVI L3 interface. So once I am done with the SVI configuration, then I will allocate the interface for the server, which is part of task 3. Okay, so we will go to the SVI configuration part, which is under L3 features. So L3 features, I have to click here, IPv4 interface. So this is the default VLAN 1. So I'm using VLAN 101. Apply. Successful. And I will create the SVI for all VLANs. 102. Apply. And 103. Let me type if I can go till 108. It's possible. No, I have to create one by one. So apply 103 and 104. Apply, and VLAN 105. Apply 106. Apply, VLAN 150, which is my management VLAN. So 150. Now what I will do, I will assign the desired IP addresses. So first of all, I have to click on this VLAN 101, and I will be assigning the IP address 1.1.254, and the subnet mask is 255.255/24. Sorry, 0. Apply. Now I will go back. As you can see, the SVI is configured for VLAN 1, and I will do the same for VLAN 2. 102.2.2.254 and 102.2.25. Sorry, it is 255.255.255.0. Apply. Back. Okay, now I will apply the same configuration for VLAN 3. 103.254.255.255.0. So I will pause the recording here, and I will apply all this configuration, and I will come back. Okay guys, as you can see, the SVI is configured for all the VLANs, and now what I will do, I will allocate the server VLAN, the server interface. So the server interface is connected to, as per the PPT, is Ethernet 1/0/1. So what I will do, I will add the server to the VLAN 101, which is access mode, and I will make it as 101. Apply. Okay, so this is my server, and as you can see, the IP address is 101.1.64 and 101.1.254 as a gateway. So let's access the switch. Hold on, I will open a browser in server. This is my browser, and let's try to access that. I can access my VLAN. Yes, so admin, yes, login. As you can see, the VLANs, I have all the VLANs, and the desired interfaces are added into the respective VLANs, which is Ethernet 1/1 as per the PPT, and Ethernet 1/02 to the corporate LAN user. Okay, and here you can see they are Ethernet 1/0/1 and 02 operating as access mode. Now let me show you the SVI. So SVI is VLAN 101 and VLAN 102, which is showing up, mean the physical connectivity is okay. Now how to test this? Let's ping the server machine 101.1.64. I can ping myself, and now let's ping the gateway, which is 254. So mean my connectivity is okay, it's perfectly working fine. Now the next thing is till here we are done. Task 1 2 3 4 is okay. Now what we are going to do, we will create and apply the Dhcp configuration for the VLAN 104 and 105 and 8, and there are some additional configuration to be done for VLAN 101, 2, 3, 6 and 7 that I will show you right now. So we will start from this VLAN 101, 2, 3, 6 and 7, and then we will create this pool on the core switch to receive the IP address from the core switch for the respective VLANs. So let me access the switch. Yes, here is the switch, and under the management I have to go to Dhcp and Dhcp relay. So for VLAN, if I show you for VLAN 101, 2, 3, 6 and 7 we will configure the relay, and this other VLANs we will configure directly. There is no relay required for that, because these VLANs like 102, 3, 6 and 7, they will receive the IP address from the server. So we need to define the relay on the switch to redirect the DHCP request and receive the IP address from the server. Okay, so I will show you how to configure the relay. First of all, so not this one, yes. So DHCP global setting is enabled. Now DHCP relay pool, so pool name is pool underscore v 101. For example, 101 is over server VLAN, successful. Then we will create another pool for VLAN 102, apply. This is for 103, apply. And what are the other VLANs? 1, 2, 3, 6 and 7. So 1, 2, 3. Now we will create a 6, apply, and then we'll create 7, apply. So the pools are created for VLAN 101, 2, 3, 6 and 7, because these VLANs will receive a IP address from the Microsoft Windows Server. So what we have to do, in under the once we define the pools, then we have to configure the source and destination. So for VLAN 101, if I show you, the subnet is 101.1.1.1. so this subnet will act as a DHCP source, and the destination will be IP address of a DHCP server. Let me show you how we can do that. You have to click on edit. Under the edit, we have to define the pool, which is 0 and 255, 255, 255. Sorry, this is 255. Okay, apply, success. As you can see, the source IP address is added. Now we will go back and we will configure the destination. So the destination, I will make VRF false. I'm not using VRF state. So 101.1.1.64. 64 is the IP address of the DHCP server. As you can see, 101.1.64. okay, this is the server IP address. So 101.1.64, apply, and back. So if I show you the source, as you can see, the source is the IP address pool, and if I show you the destination is the IP address of the server. Back. That's it. Now we will configure the same source for VLAN 102 and 103, 6 and 7. So this is 102, 102.2.2.0, 255, 255, 255.0. This is source. Source is perfectly fine. Now I will configure the destination. So I will make VRF stat false, and I will make 101.1.64. So 64, who is 64? This 101.1 is my Microsoft Windows Server. So let's proceed to the VLAN 103 configuration. So 103.3.3.0, 255, 255, 255.0, apply, and I will click on the destination. So destination VRF state false, 103, sorry, not 3, it is 1, 101.1.1.64. okay, apply, destination is okay. Now for VLAN 106, the source is 106.6.6.0 and 255, 255, 255.0. okay, now we will define the destination. So destination, I will just make it 101.1.64. This is the destination. Okay, and for 107.7.0, I will make it 255.255.255.0. This is my relay source, and my relay destination is the server. So 101.1.1.64. Let's verify all the parameters to make sure everything is perfect. Edit source is correct, and destination is the server, which is correct. For VLAN 102, pool is correct, and if we see the destination, it is correct. Now VLAN 103, correct, and destination correct. VLAN 106, pool is correct, and destination is correct. And pool 107, it is correct, and destination is okay. So this is the relay configuration. Okay, so what happen in this case, what will happen, I am going to explain this again. VLAN 101, 102, 103, 6 and 7, these brown, the VLANs which is in brown color, they will receive the IP address from the Microsoft DHCP server, Windows server. Okay, now what I will do, now I will create a DHCP pool in case if we have a video surveillance system, we have a voice system, voice network, voice over IP, and the guest network, because we don't want to have a guest VLAN on our server. So what we will do, we will create this VLAN 104. VLANs is already defined, the DHCP pool for VLAN 104, 105 and 108 on the switch. So I will show you how to configure the DHCP server on the switch. So what you have to do, you have to click on the DHCP under the management. You have to be in same management, DHCP and DHCP server. The global setting I don't require, DHCP pool, right? So what I have to do, I have to define the pools, right? So what are the VLANs? The VLANs are VLAN 104, right? So the first pool for VLAN 104. So I will create a pool hyphen 104. Let me copy the name, copy. Okay, this is 104, and the next is 5 and 8, 4, 5, 8. So this is 4 is done. Now I will create a pool for 105 VLAN, apply, and then VLAN 108, apply. Okay, now for the VLAN 104, 5 and 8, we don't require relay, because the switch will distribute the IP address using the DHCP services from the switch. So consider this DGS3630, the one that I'm using for demo, is your core switch in the network. So for VLAN pool 104, I don't have to click on any other option except this configure. So I have to click on this configure option, and here I have to define the pool. So the pool is 104.4.0, okay, 255, 255, 255.0. I don't have next server, so in my case the default route is 104.4.4.254, as I define the SVIs as 104.4.254. Okay, and lease, you can configure the lease time like days, how many days, you can just make it as 5 days, okay, and I can make this 23, an hour I can make this 59, and apply. Successfully created. Now as you can, let me show you again. under the configuration, under the configure option, as you can see, I have defined the pool. Okay, now let's go to 4, 5 and 6, right? 5 and 8, sorry. So for VLAN 5, I will click on configure and I will define the DHCP pool for VLAN 105.5.5.0 and 255.255.255.0 and 105.5.5.254, my default route, and then I will make it 5 and I will just make it 23 and I will just make it as 59 minutes, right? So apply. Okay, and the next is VLAN 108. Okay, so let me apply the configuration for VLAN 108. So 108.8.8.0 255.255.255.0 and next server I don't have, so I will click on default route. So 108.8.8.254. okay, and I will apply the same thing, least time, and I will just make it this and last. Okay, so the DHCP pool is configured for VLAN 4, 5 and 8 according to our PPT, because this these VLANs will receive the IP address from the core switch. Okay, now the most interesting part is the task number 6, right? Our AP is connected to right now to the port number 13. Okay, and I'm considering port number 15 also. So for example, if you are using the port which is connected to AP, the access point, as in hybrid mode, okay, so there is a little bit other configuration, and if you are using like port as a trunk mode, then there is a little bit more configuration. There is a little bit steps which is changed, so I will show you one by one how we can apply the configuration if we are using the port mode as hybrid, and in case if we are using the mode as a trunk, so how we can apply the configuration to the trunk. Okay, so the VLAN we have to remember is 101 till 108 and 150. Okay, so let me take you to the port number 13 configuration. This is done right now. We will close this and we will go to L2 features, VLAN, and under the VLAN is VLAN interface. So as you can see, the default is the VLAN 13, the port 13 is native VLAN is 1 and the Untagg is VLAN native 1. Okay, so what about the other VLANs, how it will allow the traffic for the other VLANs? So we will apply the desired configuration here. Okay guys, as I told you that my AP is connected to port number 13, so I show you the details. Okay, these are the default configuration. So what we are going to do, we are going to apply our desired configuration as per our exercise. So in our exercise, as you can see, we have up to total 9 VLANs. Okay, and in case if I'm using the interface type, the operation mode for the interface is as a hybrid mode. Okay, so as you can see, there is a native VLAN already defined here, right? So what we are going to do, in case if we are using VLAN 1 as a management VLAN, so we will keep it as it is. If not, if we are going to use VLAN 150 like in our exercise, the separate VLAN for the management, so what we have to do, we have to add the VLAN here. So you have to click on the action and you have to define the VLAN 150 and you have to click here, apply. Okay, so as you can see now, the hybrid untagged VLAN, the VLAN 1 in case of VLAN 1 as a management VLAN. So in case if not, then you can add 150. So how you can remove the VLAN 1? So what you have to do, you have to click on remove and you can type here 1. So once you apply the 1, the VLAN native VLAN will be instead of 1 will be, it will be VLAN 150. So I'm going to keep the both VLANs, okay, in my exercise. So as you can see, my VLAN 1 and VLAN 150 is added as untagged for the management purpose. Now what about the other VLANs? Now we are going to allow from VLAN 1 to VLAN 108 on the hybrid mode. So what we will do, I will just click on add, and I will choose tag. Okay, so in tag I will define 101 till 108. Okay, so I want to tag the traffic for these desired VLANs from VLAN 101 to 108. I will click apply. Okay, so let me show you the configuration in detail. In case if you are using this VLAN 150 as a hybrid as a management VLAN, so I already define as untag, and I want to tag the traffic for my other network VLANs. Okay guys, this is the configuration in case if I am using the operation mode for the port which is connected to AP as in a hybrid mode. Okay, sorry, the thing is the native VLAN is still showing here 1. So what I will do, I will change the native VLAN from 1 to 150. I will just make it as 150. Okay, and I will just click apply. Okay, and I will show you again. As you can see, my native VLAN is 150. Okay, so if you want to keep 1, you can leave it as 1, or if you want to use another VLAN as a management VLAN, then you have to change your native VLAN also, right? So the VLAN, the traffic is untagged as a hybrid mode for VLAN 1 and 150. The native VLAN is 150, and I allowed the traffic for VLAN 101 till 108 as per my PPT. Sorry, here is my PPT. Okay, this is the main PPT. So that's it. What will happen in case if I'm using the operation mode for the port as a trunk? Okay, so what you have to do, you have to click the operation mode, the VLAN mode. I will just make it as trunk. So the previous one, if we are using the operation mode as hybrid, and now if I'm connecting the AP to port number 115 and I want to change the mode as a trunk, so first of all we have to add the VLAN, which is native VLAN is 150. This is my management VLAN, and click apply. Okay, now as you can see, once we make the native VLAN to 150, it's allowed the traffic for all VLAN range. So what we will do, we will replace these values, and we will make it as 101 till 108 and comma 150. So I want to allow the traffic for only this total 9 VLANs as per my PPT, VLAN 101 till 8 and VLAN 150. Okay, so this what I'm going to do, I have to click on apply. Okay, and as you can see, the configuration is applied, and let me show you the details of the port 15. So this is the details. VLAN 150, which is in my case I'm using as a management VLAN. I'm not using native VLAN 1. So this is the configuration you have to follow. That's it. And let me show you the VLAN 13 again. Sorry, the interface 13 again. So this is the interface 13 configuration. Okay guys, so assume that right now my AP is connected to port number 13. Okay, so we will apply the desired configuration to port 13 as it is, or otherwise if you are using as a trunk, so you can follow the trunk configuration. This is the trunk configuration, right? If you are not using a separate VLAN for management, then keep VLAN 1 as native VLAN. Okay, now what I will do, as I assume that all the desired configurations are applied, the port configuration, the DHCP pool configuration, the DHCP relay configuration, everything is applied, right? So what I will do, once you apply all the configuration, you have to start the DHCP service, right? As you can see, the service of DHCP state is disabled, so I will click on enable and I will click apply. So the DHCP service is now enabled on the switch. Okay, what we will do, we will just check that our client machine is receiving IP or not. So I will just click on option, and I will just click on the my USB LAN. Sorry, let me connect my USB LAN and I will come back. Yeah, as you can see, my USB adapter is connected, and it should receive the IP address from which pool. It should receive the IP address from pool 102, because which is the corporate VLAN, right? Corporate LAN network, sorry. So USB LAN, right click status and click details. So as you can see, it's received the IP address from the desired VLAN, desired pool, and this pool is defined on the server, and as you can see, the DHCP server is showing 101.1.64. okay, so let me show you the lease in the server, that the IP address is really leased from the server or not. So what you have to do, you have to expand the pool for VLAN 102. This is the address pool. Okay, this is the excluded IP address, and here is the lease option. So as you can see, this IP address is allocated to my LAN card, which is my machine LAN card. Okay, as you can see, this is the 6038783E. This is the physical address, MAC address, and here is the IP address, and here is the server details. So this is my DHCP server IP address. Okay, I will close this and I will show you the server IP address. As you can see, this is my server IP address 101.64. So mean our DHCP relay is working fine. It's 100% working fine. Now what I will do, I will power on the AP, because we didn't apply the configuration to the access point, right? So let me power on the AP, and yes, the AP is now in boot state. Okay, so the AP should receive the IP address from VLAN 150. This is our main record, because we are not using VLAN 1, so we are using VLAN 150, right? So the IP address for the AP should be from the range of VLAN 150. Okay, so this is the console connection to the switch. So I will apply show IP DHCP bindings. As you can see, there is no binding till yet. So once the AP is properly boot, he will receive the IP address from VLAN 150. We will just wait for a while because it will take time, so I will just pass the recording here. Yeah, sorry guys, actually what I have done is I didn't define the DHCP pool on the switch for VLAN 150. Okay, so what we have to do on the switch, we have to define the DHCP pool, right? So let me access the switch and I will apply the configuration for DHCP pool for VLAN 150. Okay, I just realized that, so let me show you first. So DHCP server pools. So as you can see, there are VLANs for, there are pool for other VLANs, but there is no pool for VLAN 150. So I will define a pool for AP management VLAN, which is 150, right? So I will just click apply, and I will click on configure, and I will define the pool here 150.1.0 255.255.255.0. Default route in my case is 150.1.1.254, and I will just make it as 5, and I will just make it as anything you want, right? The lease time and all. So I will just make it as 59. That's it. Okay, so I will click apply. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to come here again, disable the service, okay, and enable the service again. That's it. Okay, So this is the only part you have to do again if you are doing any changes in the DHCP server, right? So let's see that our PC will, our IP will receive the IP address or not. So show IP DHCP binding. Okay, so let me power on. Yes, now it's booting. Show IP DHCP binding. Yeah, as you can see, our AP receive the IP address. Okay, 150.1.1.1. Okay, so let's access this AP and apply the desired configuration. Yes, so in my case, sorry, what I've done, I did something. Yeah, so in my case, I'm using my DAP AP 2610 admin, and I will click on login. Don't save. Okay, admin. Okay, so this is my AP. Okay, and let me show you the configuration here. As you can see, the IP address he received is 150.1. Here is the default gateway. Okay, and the wireless is this is the wireless part, and under the advanced setting we have to apply the VLAN configuration and then the multi SSID configuration for over desired VLANs, right? So let's apply the VLAN configuration. The VLAN configuration is something like here is the VLAN configuration, right? So we will create the VLAN for corporate LAN, the teacher, the student, and the guest only. Okay, so we want the wireless access and for the management also. So 1 2 3 4 and 5, total 5 VLANs I will create. Okay, so first of all, let me take you to the VLAN part. So you have to come to VLAN, and under the VLAN you have to click add, and we will add the VLAN here. So VLAN 102, and I will just make it as corporate LAN. So for corporate LAN, I don't want to allow traffic for management, so I will just click tag on the LAN port, and I want to allow the traffic for VLAN, and I will just click apply not member, and I will use the SSID 1. So the SSID 1 for 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz for corporate LAN. Okay, and I will just click on apply. That's it. Now I will apply another VLAN configuration, the VLAN configuration for example the teachers VLAN. Okay, let me copy the name 106. So I will type the VLAN name 106, and I will just paste the name, and not member, and I will just tag, and I will may use the S2 and S2. Okay, so this is the configuration that I have to apply. Okay, now we have another VLAN in our PPT, which is the students VLAN. Okay, so the students VLAN is, for example, click add, and the VLAN is 107. So 107, and I will just paste the name students this, and I will just make a tag, and I will use S3 SSID. Okay, and apply. Okay, S1 2 3, and now what I will do, we have another VLAN which is guest VLAN, right? So for the guest user, so I will just make as guest. So I will just click here add, and the VLAN ID is 108, and I will just click guest. Okay, tag, and I will use only S4 here. Now let's come to the main part, which is about the VLAN 150, right, which is over management VLAN. So under the management, what you have to do, you have to click on add, and you have to type the VLAN ID. Okay, and I will just click here, management. I will not allow any wireless communication, and I will keep the option as untag using 150, right. So this is the only configuration you have to apply for the management. Okay, so click apply. This is the management VLAN configuration. That's it you have to do. Okay, so port list, as you can see, these are the port list for a tagged ID is 102, 6, 7 and 8. So who is 102? 102 is corporate LAN, 6 is the teacher VLAN, 7 is the student VLAN, and 8 is the guest VLAN. Okay, and the VLAN ID for the management is VLAN 1 and 150. Okay, and these are the SSIDs S1 2 3 4 5 4 till 4. Okay, so PVID settings, if you want, you can just enable, disable, apply, and you can see the PVID setting. So this PVID is auto assigned enable. The management is become now VLAN 150 and LAN for 150, and SSID 1 for VLAN 102, S2 for 106, and S3 for VLAN 107, and S4 for VLAN 108. So guys, this is the VLAN configuration on the AP side. Now we have to create the SSIDs, right? So SSID I'm going to create for S1. So in my case, the S1 is the corporate LAN, right? So S1 is for corporate LAN. So I will click on S1 and I will create corporate LAN. If you want to, yeah, this is the password and all. So I will keep it as open for testing purpose. So click add. Now my second VLAN is for teachers, right? S2. So I will create a S2 SSID2 as teachers, right? Click add. Now SSID for guest students, right? 107 S3. So once you click on S3, it's for student. As you can see, it's automatically picking the option, right? So S3 and S3 is done, right? So it should be S4. So this is S4, guest or ABC guest or whatever it is, guest or ABC guest, it is guest. Okay, I will just make it as S4 as guest, right? I will just click on add. So let me show you the VLANs, which is corporate LAN users, teachers, students and guests. Okay, this is my management VLAN. So total 4 VLANs, which is 2, 6, 7 and 8, right? So let's verify our SSIDs. So as you can see, this corporate LAN, teacher, student and guest. Okay, this is for 2.4 gigahertz band. If you want to add for 5 gigahertz, so you have to click on 5 gigahertz. Okay, you have to enable the SSIDs 5 gigahertz and you have to choose the SSID here. So you have to add the SSID for this, right? So this is for 5 gigahertz configuration. So I'm just using 2.4 for my testing purpose, right? So that's it on the AP side. We don't have to do any additional configuration. So as you can see, the DHCP server on the AP is disabled, so the AP will not issue any sort of IP address, right? So who will issue the IP address? The Microsoft server will issue the IP address. So configuration I will save and activate. So this will take 60 seconds. Okay, and I will come back in a while. Yeah guys, as you can see, the 2 seconds left, right? So the configuration is applied. Now now I should see the SSIDs which I have defined here, and I should receive the respective VLANs also. Okay, so we will check by SSIDs. For example, if I connect to SSID 1, which is corporate LAN, right, using the wireless, so I should receive the IP address from 102 range using my wireless NIC card. Oh, let me connect to the corporate LAN. Okay, and first of all, let me show you the lease option here. So hold on. These are the DHCP lease, right? So I should receive, as you can see, my, hold on, let me delete this. Okay, so this is corporate LAN. As I show you that my PC received the IP address which is 102.221, right? So and the DHCP source is 1164. So now if my corporate LAN user is using the wireless network, so he should receive also the IP address from this scope DHCP pool 102. So let's connect. Yeah, so as you can see, it is connected. It is showing open because I didn't define the security. So as you can see, my Wi-Fi card should receive the IP. It is connected to corporate LAN, and if I go to details, as you can see, the IP is 102.222. This is my gateway and this is my DHCP server source. Okay, so who is the source? The Microsoft Windows Server. So if I refresh, as you can see, I have a second IP address for my wireless card. Now if for example this is for 102 part, so what if my machine receive a IP address? Hold on, this one I will just keep the same. This is for DHCP, and let me open the LAN browser. Yes, this is my LAN browser. Now if I connect to the teacher's VLAN, the teacher VLAN is this is my teacher's VLAN, right? So the teacher VLAN is 106. So this pool 106 should release the IP address, right? So let me delete this 107. I will also delete. I think there are some entries already there. So 106. Let me connect to teacher's SSID. This is my teachers, and let's click on connect. Yeah, it's okay. So if I come to the release, yeah, as you can see, this one, my NIC card received the IP address from, sorry, status details. Yeah, as you can see, 10666, and this is my source. Okay, from the server pool. And same I will show you for the students VLAN. Students will show the same behavior. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, 107, source is 106, right? So address lease, refresh, and you can see this is the lease IP address. Now what about the guest VLAN? As we didn't define the guest VLAN here, we define the guest VLAN on the switch, right? So what we will do, we will go to the switch part, right? So this is our switch page, and somebody connects to the guest VLAN, guest SSID. He should receive the IP address from the DHCP pool of 108. So DHCP and DHCP server, and this is showing the dynamic binding for the AP, which is 150.1.1. okay, as you can see, I was accessing the AP. Now come to test the VLAN 108 testing. So 108 is the guest, right? This is the guest VLAN according to our PPT. So let me connect to the guest. So the guest should receive the IP address from pool 108. Okay, and let me refresh the browser using dynamic binding. As you can see, 108.8.8, it received the IP address from the switch DHCP pool server. If I show you in CLI using the switch serial interface, so show IP DHCP binding. Now before we was having we have only one IP released for the AP management. Now we have a second IP which is allocated to the guest SSID, the guest user, and the guest DHCP pool is defined on the switch. So let me show you the configuration. Show run, not here, I will show you graphically first of all. So this is the pool. As you can see, the pool is here, and edit option, there is nothing, right? And even there is no relay configuration for the VLAN 108, right? I didn't define the relay settings for VLAN 108. So source, there is no source, and as you can see, there is no destination for VLAN 108. So the pool, I'm using the pool which I have defined here in the switch. This is my switch pool. Okay guys, so let me show you again from the scratch what I have done. I have created the VLANs, the SSIDs, the APs, and the port configuration. So what I have done on the switch side, I will give you a quick review. So first of all, I have created the VLANs. Here is the VLANs. Okay, these are the VLANs which I have created, and then I have applied the configuration for the AP ports. The AP is connected to port 13 right now. So this is the port 13 configuration, and I'm using 150 as a management VLAN. In case as I explain, if you are using VLAN 1, so you don't have to put the native VLAN as 150, you can use VLAN 1 here, right? So in case if you are using the port operation mode as a trunk mode, so 13 and 15, yeah, let me show you. So this one I'm using a VLAN 150 again as management. If you want to use VLAN 150 VLAN 1, sorry, VLAN 1, so you don't have to put VLAN 150 here, you can use VLAN 1. And this is the trunk mode operation in case if you are using the trunk mode. This is the trunk configuration. Okay, now I will show you the SVIs. SVI means the gateways. So the gateways for the respective VLANs, as you can see, these are the gateways for VLAN 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and VLAN 150. Okay, now let me show you the DHCP configuration. Under the management, under the DHCP, and the pool settings, here are the pools. Okay, and the relay configuration I have applied for the few VLANs, which is this brown VLANs 101, 2, 3, 6 and 7. So if I show you here VLAN 1, as you can see, there is a source, and for VLAN 108 I didn't define any kind of source because this pool is issuing the IP address from the pool which is defined under the switch. As I can show you here, it is issuing the IP address. So this is the exercise, combined exercise, in case if we are using Microsoft Windows Server as a DHCP and also the core switch as a DHCP combinedly in our network. So you can follow the same exercise in your respective network. Okay guys, if you like my videos, please kindly don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and please must leave your comment in case if you have any difficulties. I will get back to you. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Okay guys, bye bye.